You just woke up an hour ago. Well, hey, thank you for coming over to visit or to watch a live. I appreciate it. Hope you got some sleep. Okay, here's what since you're here, maybe I could ask you this. I wasn't going to do a live, but I did this for two reasons. One reason is I haven't been having very many wins, so I think I'm just being too broad and bringing in too many tickets. You hear two audios? All right, let me get rid of one maybe. Tell me if that's any better. Hi, Karen. How are you doing? Do you hear two audios? I just got a new phone. Maybe I messed something up. My other one kind of died on me. Okay. Well, since both of you are here, I have a suggestion. I have a question. I wasn't going to go live, but I decided to last minute, 3-4 hours ago. Two reasons I'm doing it. Maybe you guys can help me before we get started here, before too many people come in. I want to give back some way to you guys that got me all the way to where I am. Mama, hi. I was thinking of maybe doing like some other channels do, the Wheel of Names, and basing it off of memberships. But I don't want to force anybody to be a member. Or I was thinking of maybe getting like 2 envelopes and putting some scratch tickets in the envelopes, and then randomly picking 2 people online, scratch them, and split the money with them. I don't know. That was just something I was throwing around there. And the second reason I came live is because maybe I'm being too broad on the amount of tickets I'm buying. I'm buying too many of the other ones. So tonight I kind of narrowed it a little bit. I kept the leprechauns. I went with more. I wanted to do a book of high fives, but the place I buy them only had machine-wise. I only got 17 high fives. We got 4 or 5 of the $10, $5, $50, $100, or $500, and we got 2 of these $30, 120 million payouts. So we got 215 total. So what I was going to say to everyone, and I'll say it a few times throughout the video, I guess. If you guys have any ideas, I mean, you guys are the users or the people that watch. Any ideas on what? Okay. That's a good idea. I was going to do it on my next live, I was going to give it till Thursday as a next live, maybe. I was going to maybe do 2 lives this week, Tuesday, Thursday, and then my normal one on Friday. So, okay. Well, I'll come up with something like that. That's good there. Pick a number. I like that. All right. I appreciate that. But if anyone else has any ideas, hey, shoot me an email, send a comment in this video here, and I'll see it. April, hey, hello, thanks, good luck, thank you. All right, people are starting to come in. Okay, if anybody has any ideas on how I could give back as an appreciation, like I said, shoot me an email or leave a comment in this video. And hey, Ash, hi, thanks for coming in. Okay. Like if anybody has any ideas on how I can give back to you guys helping me, send me an email or leave a comment in here, and I'll throw some ideas around and we'll come up with some ideas. That's the best I could do right now. And that's the one reason I did this. And the second reason was the wins have been kind of slim lately. So I narrowed the tickets down to just 4 different types. I think I was getting way too many different ones in here. So I kept the leprechauns. I'll do this real quick because I know I did it once. I kept my favorites. I got 17 of these. 5 of the $10, 50, 100, or 500, and then I did 2 $30 payouts. So it's not going to be a real long session. I didn't get any bingos or anything, but that'll be on my normal ones. So let's get going here. All right, so we got tickets 81 all the way through 90, and pretty basically, this ticket's not looking for numbers, looking for leprechauns and win-alls or 4-leaf clovers. 4-leaf clover is a win all. Leprechaun is a prize. And in the leprechaun trap, we find a dollar amount and we find a leprechaun in any of the prize places. We add that dollar amount to the dollar amount down below. So I do have memberships available if anyone's interested. I'm not forcing anybody to do it at all. There's some new emojis in there. Getting started. Just this is all brand new to me, so I'll get going from here on or out. Christopher from Ireland, thanks for coming. All right, here we go. Let's find some leprechauns and some 4-leaf clovers. So we have a dollar sign, a gem, a crown, some coins, and a money clip. Hey, Laura, how you doing? And second row is some cards, a purse, rainbow, safe, and a pot of gold. All right, nothing on the first one. All right, let's keep it rolling here. Like I said, this may not be a real long session, but hopefully we get some wins and get on a winning streak here. 82, ticket 82. All right, first scratch is a money clip, a purse, a diamond, a treasure, and a pot of gold. Hi, Nujuwolapalis. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. All right, second row is a crown, a hat. There we go. We got our first leprechaun. There we go. All right, and then we'll finish it off with a dollar sign and a gold bar. All right, let's see if the leprechaun trap has anything for us. All right, it says let's try again, and the leprechaun is going to give us $2. So we're starting on our way upward. That's a nice $2 win so far. So let's mark that. All right, let's keep moving here. We'll go on to ticket number 83. 083. All right, there we go. All right, look at that, right off the bat. We went back to back. There we go. All right. And then we go with some diamond, a safe, a horseshoe, hey, and another leprechaun. There we go. Brian, here's the coin guy. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is my New York one here. I have a coin coming. It's going to be about a week yet. So, but when it gets here, we'll be switching over for sure. Okay. All right, we got 2 leprechauns so far. Let's go to the second row. We have a treasure chest. Hey, look at that. We got a third one. Maybe our luck's changing tonight. I'm glad I decided to do this live session. Okay, we got 3 leprechauns. Let's keep going here. Pot of gold, money clip, and a purse. All right, 3 leprechauns. And we're going to look at this. We even found $2 in the leprechaun trap. So these 3 leprechauns, whatever value they have, we're going to add $2 to that. So let's see what we're going to get here. All right, there's a 3. Lucky Green Eyes, thanks for the good luck. All right, there's 2 more, so that's 5 so far. And 8, and we'll add 2. Hey, there's a nice $10 win. That's a nice $10 win there. All right, maybe luck's changing a little bit today. We'll see. All right, 84. Well, it is. We're kind of heading in the right direction here. Yeah. Okay, let's go. All right, here we go. First row. We can maybe get a back-to-back-to-back. I wouldn't push it. A pot of gold, a crown, some coins, a diamond, and a treasure. Brian, East Coast. I have 65 scratcher coin/tags. Dang, that's nice, my man. I have 2, but hey, I have 3. Sorry, but I'll get up there. I just got one from Tower that I haven't received yet. So, all right, I have a safe, a star, a stack of cash, a gold bar, and some bags of money. All right, nothing there. Yeah, On that last one, Charlotte, yes. We had a 3, and 2. So you don't add it to each one; you add it to the total. So that was 6 and 8. And then 2 more. That's a $10 win. You add it to the total one, not each individual leprechaun. All right, Patricia McMillan. Hello, thanks for coming in. You brought the luck. Oh, absolutely. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you showed up. All right, we needed some luck change. That's why I said third time's the charm. That's why I figured this would be it. All right, we have a gem, a purse, some cash. I mean, they weren't terrible sessions, but they weren't where I wanted them, so I couldn't get through the rest of the weekend without maybe trying them again. Maybe it was a good thing I did. All right, we got some rainbow. Jeez, you're getting all kind of coins. All right, thanks for the good luck, Patricia. All right, next row is a gold bar, some coins, a piggy bank, horseshoe, and a crown. All right, that's all right. Hey, if anyone new's in here, if you don't mind just hitting the subscribe button, and most importantly, hitting that like button, and let's get rolling here. All right, ticket 86. All right, here we go. We have a horseshoe, cash, a treasure chest, a safe, and a hat. Now remember, we're looking for leprechauns and most importantly, some 4-leaf clovers. So that's a win all. All right, I have a money bag, some coins, gold bar, a money clip, and a safe. Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try and get East Coast coin, Brian. Oh, yeah. They'll be available if anyone wants one. I'll let you know when they come in. I've probably got about another week. I hope you guys like them because I think they came out cool, the design. I don't have them yet, but the design looks awesome. All right, we'll start out with a diamond, a wallet, a crown, a safe, and a treasure. Yeah, I have it. It's being made right now. I just they said about a week and a half or 2.5 weeks. It's been about a week. So yeah, I have one coming. Cards, a horseshoe, money bag, a star, and a piggy bank. All right, we're slowing down a little bit. It's all right. All right, moving on to 88. There's a double. Doubles are always pretty good for me, so we'll see if that continues. All right, here we go. Come on, leprechauns. Got a crown, a wallet, $sign, a gold bar, and a treasure. And then we have a rainbow, a purse, some cards, a pot of gold, and some money bags. And nothing in the trap. All right. We have a couple here left, and we'll move on to some fives. They're my favorites. We got 17 of those babies. So here we go. Ticket 89. 89. All right. Starting with a coin, a piggy bank, a pot of gold, a rainbow, and some cards. All right. Second row is a safe, a hat, some cash, $sign, and a wallet. All right. Nothing in the trap. All right. Last one of these $2 tickets here. That's going to be ticket 90. And all right, let me get back up here. All right, ticket 90. Here we go. Last one of the $2. We have a pot of gold, a rainbow. There we go, leprechaun. All right, this ticket's going to finally send us off to the next set. I haven't had one of those in a while. I want to see a clover. Yeah, I wish I could find one. We still got a chance on here. See if we can find him a clover. We have a $sign and a gold bar. All right, second row. We have a safe, a gem. We have some coins. We have a diamond and a crown. Oh, I wish I could have found him a clover. I'm sorry. That's all right. All right. Silent Guard, how you doing? Thanks for coming. Okay. All right. Let's see if we have anything in this trap over here. And yes, we do. Look at that. All right. We have $3 in the trap. So we're going to add $3 to whatever this leprechaun wants to give us. And it's going to be a $2. So that's a $5 win. All right. We came out pretty well on those. $20 worth of tickets. And we got 17 back. I would say that's pretty good. Let's hope it continues that way. Hey, I'll take that all night. Okay, here's what I was going to do. I was going to get a book of these for my next live, but the store I usually get them from didn't have a whole book of them. All they had was what was in the machine. So I ended up getting, we have 17 of them. So we're bound to get some wins on these, I would assume. We're going from ticket 43 all the way to the end of the pack, 59. And it's a square, black square 59. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to see how the quality is on the coin, and I'll let you guys know. It won't be any more than any other one. Everybody else's, I would assume. We'll see. All right, we're going to use 6-speed scratchings coin on this one, and then we'll switch over to time the scratches. But go check out 6-Speed's channel. Shoot him an email. He'll let you know how to get one of these. He has multi-colors, so it's not just this color. But I like this color, so I got this one. Okay, on this ticket, you have a high five box. You find a high five in there, and then any $5 prize below, we win that prize. You match the numbers to the winning numbers, you win that prize, obviously. There's a thumbs up, which is a $500 win. Haven't found that, but I have found the fistful of cash, which is a win all symbol. So I have found that. It was a $100 winner on one of the tickets. So hey, Lucky Scratcher. Yeah, I like this one too. So we'll scratch just a few different ways here. We'll maybe go symbol hunting first. We're looking for a thumbs up or a fistful of cash. Those are the automatic wins. So let's see what we have on this one. This is the first one of 17. So anyone that just came in that maybe missed my little thing at the beginning, I think my problem was I was getting too broad on tickets. I was buying too many different numbers, different value amounts, and wasn't. So I'm going to try focusing more on 1 or 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 different ones, a greater quantity on those. Hey, Carol Laporte. I'm from Pennsylvania. Good luck from Scotland. Nice. Desi Wezzy said hi. Hello. Thanks for coming in. All right, so I'm going to try that strategy. See if that works any better. We'll see. All right, we didn't find any symbols, so let's see if we can find some number matches. All right, looking for a 4. All right, we have a 3, a 5, and a 2. All right, no 4. A 7. All right, no 7. 30. 29. Hey, Zoe Jones. Yeah, your odds are better if you buy more than one. I agree. From England. Hey, thanks for joining me. Or joining us, not me. All right, 13. I have a 15 and a 14. And 28. 29. All right, see if we have a high five. And the first one is no bonus. So this one's nothing on the first one. That was 43. We're going to 44, double numbers. And let's see if we can find some symbols. All right, nothing on the first row. All right, nothing on that second row yet. Let's go on to the third row here. All right, nothing there. All right, before we do that one there. Absolutely. Hey, when they come in, Brian, I'll hold one for you. Yes. All right, let's see if we have anything on the high five. All right, let's try again. All right, so we got to get a number match, so we know we don't have a high five. All right, here we go. First one, 26. I have 27, 24, 21, 29. All right, no 26. 25. No. No 25 either. 16. 19 we have. 17. No 17. All right. And last one is a 12. All right. No 12 either. All right. So nothing on the first two. All right. Ticket 45. All right. Let's start down here maybe and work our way up. All right. Nothing down on that row. Nothing there. And the top row. All right. No symbol matches on that one. Salvador, hello. Thanks for coming in. I'm going to ask for one too, but I probably won't be able to get one. Well, why is that? Why is that, Charlotte? All right. See if we can find some numbers here. 24, 26, and a 22. All right. No 24, 25, no 25, 28, no 26, 27, 14. No. And a 12. All right, no 12. We have 11. Okay, here we go. There we go. We have a high five. We found a high five signal. There we go. Okay, so that means any $5 prize below is a winner. All right, there's one. We got 5 so far. All right, come on, 5s. There's a 10. No 10. 250. Another 5, so that's 10 so far. And there you go. You got 1, 2, 3. That's a nice $15 win. There you go. That's the way to go. We're getting back on the winning streak here. That'll make me feel better for the rest of the weekend. Okay, there we go. Back on a winning streak there. Yeah, that was a nice win. I think maybe my new strategy is paying off, so we'll see. All right, let's try going up top and working our way down on this one for those symbols. All right, there we go. 16, 7, 27. All right, let's see some symbols. 20, 13, 21, and then 11. All right, no symbols on that one either. Okay, let's go. Find some numbers. Do a number match. 28. No 27. 29. I have that 30 there. No 29. Jonathan Aberley, hello. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. 17. I have a 16. All right, no 17. 18. No 18 and a 15. I have a 16 and a 14. No 15. All right. Is any new to the channel? Hey, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe and like button, and then enable that bell symbol so whenever I go live or post a video, you'll be notified. And let's see if we can find another high five. And let's try again. So ticket 46, we couldn't go back to back. Yeah, but we got another one right behind her. Ticket 47. All right, let's start maybe in the middle row. If we keep mixing it up, we'll keep the lottery here a little confused. All right, there's a whole row of just singles there. All right, last row. Let's find a symbol. All right, there's a 2, 25, 8, and a 1. Okay, couldn't get anything on that one. All right, let's see if we can find some matches here. How about a 5? No, that whole single row there, we got a 4, no 5, 6, 7, 9, 8, 2, 3. Wow. Yeah, you want to talk about being a little rude. Whew. Ayla Lee, hey, how you doing? All right, let's see what the next number is. And a double deuce. Well, we got a double 1, a double 2. All right, last row. Or last row. Next row, 23. Number 25. That's the only 20s we have. An 8. Look at that. Now we're on the other end of it. Wow. 6, 7, 9, 2. There we go. We do have an 8. Woo, look at that. I was complaining and it's there. Woohoo. I missed it on that bottom row. I was just sitting there complaining to the lottery. And hey, it's there. So there's a nice winner. And 21. All right, we have an 11 and a 1. All right. Okay, let's see if we have the high five also. And we do. Look at that. We do have it. We have a high five. So what that means is we have an automatic win on 8, and then any other $5 prize we get also. So wouldn't it be nice if they're all 5s, huh? All right, let's see what that 8 is. All right, that 8 is $15. All right, we're starting out with 15. And let's see what we can add to that. 15. We're starting out with 15. All right. Looking for some 5s. All right, nothing on the first row. Well, it's going to make us wait. Probably going to be under that 1. You watch. All right, there's a 5. So there's 20. 25. Look at that, guys. $25 winner. That's more like it. That's the way we should be getting wins. So there's a nice $25 winner on a high five. Very nice. Very nice. I think my new strategy is going to be here for a while. That was on ticket 47. And we still got quite a bit here to go. Yeah, we're not even halfway through the pack. So let's keep it up. Let's keep going. Let's keep using 6 speeds going here. All right. Here we go. All right. No symbol on the top. All right. Nothing in the middle. And let's see if we find something on this bottom row. All right, no symbols down there. All right, let's see here. Tower, thanks for coming in. How you doing? All right, can't wait for to get your coin. All right, here we go. See if we can find something in the high five. Nope. All right, nothing in the high five spot. So we're going to have to match a number here. All right, looking for 16. Have 15, 17, 13. No 16. All right, how about a 21? I have a 20. All right, no 21. 19. Nope, 17. 27. Nope, we have 28 and 29. And the last one is an 11. All right, have a 12. Okay, nothing on 48. All right, nothing on 48, but we still have quite a few left here. We go all the way to 59, so we're on 49, so we have 11 more. And remember, that last one is the last ticket of the row. That's one of those black box ones, too. So let's go to the middle. Let's go symbol hunting, starting with the middle row here. Those black box ones are Tower's favorite. That's why I got his coin. We'll see. All right. Nothing on the top row. Let's see what the bottom row is. We find a symbol down here. All right, no symbol. That's all right. All right, here we go. First number. Looking for an 8. All right, we have a 9. No 9. Or 8. A 10. Well, we still have that 9. No 10. All right, let's try the bottom second row. 29. Now we have a 30. All right. 14. I have a 16 and a 12 and a 17. No 14. And a 13. Nope, I've got 12. All right, but we still got a chance here. Still got that high five box. And we get a no bonus in there. All right, well, we can't win on all of them. So we're kind of ahead of the game so far in this one. Let's move on to ticket 50. All right. Let's keep it going. Let's keep moving here. Let's keep it starting at the bottom here. We got to find a symbol. Even if it's only that, or either one I'll take. Either one looks good. All right, nothing there. And the top row. All right, we didn't find any symbols. Okay, let's see if we can find maybe a high five symbol. All right, we didn't get anything on the high five either. So we got to find a number match. So we've done it before, so let's go. All right, how about a 5? Nope, just a 9 and a 1. 20. Texas Diamond Scratcher. Good luck. Hi, everyone. Thanks. Appreciate it. All right. Nothing. No 20. 27. Number 28 and 26. 3. No 3. And an 8. All right. Nothing on this one either. All right. Let's ticket 50. Let's go to 51. Maybe we should switch it up a little bit again here. Let's start on the top row. Come on, some symbols. All right, nothing on the top. How about the middle? Nothing on the middle either, and the last row here. Sometimes they hide them down in there. All right, nothing on that either. Okay, here we go. We'll wait on that high five symbol there. 18. Look at this. 16, 17, 15. Look at that. 14 also. All right, 23. Nope, just the 26. 22. I have 21. All right, 24, 26, 27. And a 6. Nope, 7 and 8. All right, no 6. All right, here we go. High five symbol. There we go. We got it. Found a high five. All right, these tickets are doing well. I think my new strategy is paying off rather well. Okay. Now we're going to look for $5 wins. Any prize here, $5 is a win. We got two 1,500 right off the bat. We have a 50 and 155. There's one prize of that left on this ticket. All right, there's 1 5. So we got at least 5. And the last row, 500, 500, and a 15. All right, not bad. It's a $5 win. Hey, that's better than scratching and not getting any wins. So there's a nice 5. And we still got 8 or 9 more here. Whoop. Let me grab that ticket. I threw it in the wrong pile. Yeah, I'm so used to throwing them over here. I did throw it in the wrong. All right, there we go. All right, let's move on to ticket 52. Remember, we got them all the way to 59. So we still got some chances here. All right, let's move on. Let's switch it up on coins. Hey, how about go check out Time to Scratch. Look at this awesome coin. Great guy from Tennessee. Go see Time to Scratch. Ask him how to get one of these coins. Yeah, it's a very nice, very awesome, very nice design coin. All right, let's see if he can get him. 6 Speed did as well, so let's see if they can double team him here in time. Time to Scratch can take over here. All right, nothing, no symbols on the bottom. And all right, nothing on the middle yet. All right, nothing on the middle. Hey, Albert, thanks for coming in. Tio Cruz, hi. Okay, top row. 20, a 7, a 24. And there's that double deuce. If you guys watch me long enough, you see my double deuces and 13s. I can't seem to stay away from. Curly Fries, hey, nice name. How you doing? Hey, Soul. All right, in the house again. Yeah, I remember you from last night. We were on here. Thanks for coming back. Ted Neal, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. So anyone new here, hey, if you can hit that subscribe. If you're on a phone, double tap that screen, give me a like, and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. It helps me out. Okay, Jude, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Orion, you're new. Orion Booth, you're new. Oh, cool. Hit that subscribe and like button and notify that bell notification every time I go live or I post a video. You'll hear about it. All right, first numbers are 29. You're a new sub, Ted Neal. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Ted. All right. Second number is a 16. All right. We have a 17 and 19. 15. All right. No 16. How about a 6? Look at that. 5 and 7. Doesn't the lottery just love doing that to you? Orion Booth, thanks for coming. All right. 18. Nope, I have a 19. 17. Look at that. Again, right in the middle. And the last number is a 25. All right, we have a 24. Okay. There we go. Looking for that high five up here. All right, we got to try again. All right, we'll move on here. That was 52. Let's move on to 53. And we'll see what we got here. All right, we'll start on the top row on this one here. Work our way down. All right, looks like we have a 7, 27, 25, and a 20. Need to set the record again. And you guys, that one night, you set the record so high. I don't know if we can beat that, but hey, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Why not? William Lipton, not sure why I enjoy watching. I have no opinion. So it's still fun. Hey, thanks. Yeah, just sit back and enjoy. All right. Nothing on that first row. Let's see if we can get something on the middle row, maybe. 29, 12, 11, 6. All right, nothing on the center. Bottom row is a 2, 9. There's that 13 again. And a 24. Well, at least 22 didn't join that 13 this time. Catherine Bell Meyer, new subscriber. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's right. It's funny. I sell these on a daily. The Drag Master or the Dragon Master. It's funny. I sell these on a daily. All right. All right. Let's see if we can find a number match here. 16. All right. We have a 13. It's the only teens. All right. 8. All right. We have a 7, 9, and 6. There you go again. The lottery loves doing that. All right, 19. Nope, the only teen I think we have was a 13 there. 15. No 15 either. And an 18. Nah, it played with me there. Good luck from France. Hey, welcome in from France. Okay, let's see if we can find maybe a high five symbol. And not on this ticket. All right, we got to try again. We'll ticket 53. Remember, we go all the way to 59. And we'll move on to ticket 54. And let's start out in the middle. I think that's where we got going with time to scratches coin. Or 6 speeds coin. And all right, no symbol on that row. All right, let's go up top this time. Up 30, a 19, a 15, and a 3. Well, hi from Rhode Island, Billy Owie from Long Island. Welcome in. Adam, hello. Regina Simpson, good luck from North. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming in and enjoying. All right, there's that 22. I told you I can't get away from 22s or 13s. All right, no 13 on this one, but we did find that 22. Ronald Mitchell from Maine. Hey, buddy, thanks for coming in. Okay, let's find some numbers. It's a good number hunting now. 26. All right, no 26. 27. The only 20 we have looks like it's a 22. Yeah, 22. Greece. Wow. Kentucky. Hey, welcome in. Okay. The number 1. We have a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that. See, I'm telling you, the lottery loves this. Vincent Mendoza from Phoenix. Nice. Thanks for coming. North Carolina. Ireland. Hey, Dennis Corner. Welcome from Ireland. Maria, England. Nice. Baby Bubbles. Hello. How you doing? New York. Julia Richardson. England. Maria. Wisconsin. Nice. Catherine Bell Meyer. Thanks for coming. All right. Go down to the next number. 21. Okay. We have a 22. And last number, 16. Well, there's that 15 and 17. There they go. They loves doing that. Philippines. Nice. Thanks for coming in. Hi, Shirley. Dragon Master, Pennsylvania here. Yeah, welcome, neighbor. Also from Pennsylvania here. Nick Riz, Philly. Nomad Karimi, India. Germany, Philippines, Texas, West Virginia. Nice. India, North Korea. Wow, we're all over the place. All right, let's see if we can get a high five symbol up in the box here. And we get to try again. Julia Judge, you're a neighbor too. Nice. Egypt. Wow. Florida, Georgia. Awesome. Awesome. All right, maybe we're just building up for that last 59 black box ticket, huh? All right, San Francisco, Bronx, North Korea, Illinois. Nice. Iran. Jeez, we're all over the place. All right, let's start up on the top here. Work our way down. All right, there's a 22. Can't keep those 22s and 13s away. I wouldn't mind if they keep coming if they were winners, but can't seem to do it. Syria, India. Wow, man, America, Fresco Castro. All right, thanks everyone for coming in. Thanks for hitting that like and subscribe buttons. I appreciate it. All right, nothing, no symbol on that top row. Let's go down to the middle. We have a 2, a 5, a 25, and a 21. All right, nothing there. We have a 20, a 6, 15, and a 9. All right. Okay, let's see if we can find some numbers here. Clean it up a little bit. All right, here we go. First number, 29. All right, there's a 25 and a 20. All right, no 29. 23. We have a 22 and a 25. 27. No 27. There's that 13. We couldn't have it down here, though. 28. All right, no 28. Diana Ventrilla said hi. Hello. Oh, Trinidad. Wow. All right, let's see if we can find a high five here. All right, no bonus. Well, it's definitely gearing up for the end. All right, 56. We have 56, 57, 58, and 59. All right, time to scratch. Let's get going here. All right. Start on the bottom, work our way up. All right, looking for 21, 28, 1, and a 26, 23, 17, 19, and an 11. And top row is there's 22 again, 18, 6, and a 9. All right, let's see what we can find here. We'll find some numbers. 24. Nope, 26, 28, 23, 22. All right, there's my 13. We don't have that. 14. 18 and 17, 19. All right, no 14. How about 16? Nope, 17 and 19, 18. Yeah, look at that, man. And a 12, 11. All right, nothing there. All right, wow, over 100. Cool. Thanks everyone for over 100 likes. Appreciate it. Awesome. All right, how about that high five symbol? I knew we're definitely building up for the end of the book here. All right, no bonus. All right, we have 3 left. 57. All right, come on. Let's find it. Let's find on one of these. Let's find a symbol. 29, 27, 8, and a 4. All right, middle row. There's 22 again. I'm telling you. 22, 7, 17, and a 12. And the last row is a 19, a 21, 26, and a 1. All right. Let's see what we're looking for. About 20. Well, 19 and 21. All right, no 20 there. That's 21. 22. All right, no 20. 24. Nope, 26 is closest to that. How about an 11? No 11. 5. Number 4. All right, last number is a 2. All right, no 2 either. Okay, let's find out if we have a high five symbol. And we do. There we go. We get to ring that bell. We're getting quiet over there. Getting a lot of rain outside. I don't know if you guys can hear it. So that bell sounds better than the rain outside. All right. So we found a high five. So let's see how many fives we could find. All right, we got 100, 500, 1,500, and 100. Never thought on a ticket to be wishing for fives, huh? All right, 500. There's a 5. So we got 1. We found our first 5. See if we can find some more. 15, 25. We have a 10, 1,500, 1,500, and a 15. Okay, we got a 5 there, so that's a nice win. All right, we got 2 left too. The last 2 of the book. All right, let's see if we can find something on these last 2 here. Bring this up a little bit here. All right, this is ticket 58. Now we're gonna keep time to scratch here. He's done a good job for me. All right, let's start in the middle. Come on, symbols. All right, 21, 1, 29, and a 19. All right, let's go up top. 27, 10, 2, and a 28. Okay, last row here. Let's do the last row. 14, 3. There's 13. I knew it had to come. One of them had to, huh? And 8. All right. Okay. First number we're looking for is a 12. Okay, we have 14, 13. No 12. How about a 5? All right, all we have is no 5. 9. I have an 8. And 10. No 9. 23. All right, no 23 and a 24. And all right, we didn't get any number matches there. Hey, Tobias, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Okay, see if we can find that high five symbol there. All right, no bonus. All right, so it cleared the way for that last ticket. All right, here we go, guys. Ticket 59, last ticket of this book with the black square. Okay, we'll start on the top and work our way down here. See if they loaded the end of the book. All right, we have starting off with a 2 and a 29, a 26, and an 18. All right, nothing on that row there. No 22 or 13 yet. All right, there's a 23. There's that 4, 24, and a 6. And last row, last chance to find a symbol. We have 8, 9, 20, and there's that number 1. All right. All right, we didn't find any symbols in these 17 here. Hey, Bread Duck, how you doing? Thanks for coming. All right, Indiana. Okay, Zoe Jones, come in. All right, what are we looking for here? All right, a 10. I have a 20. 21. 20 and 23. All right, how about a 19? I have 18 up there. And a 20. No, right in between them. I'm looking for a 15. No 15. And the 5. All right, we have a 4, 6, 8, and 9. No 5. All right. Maybe we have a high five. How about Anyar said hi, hello. Okay. And we got to try again. All right, so they didn't load it up at the end. It must have been at the beginning. All right. Hey, we're not doing bad. We're doing better than we had the last couple nights. So, all right, let's move on to some 10s. We have 5 of these, 17 all the way to 21, and then we got two $30 tickets behind that. Let me move a few things out of my way here. Sorry, I've been clustering I'm getting a lot of cluster over here. All right, let's bring 6-speed back here. All right, on this ticket here, let's see here. Match your numbers and winning numbers. You win it. You reveal a star, which is a win 50 automatically. There's a $100 burst, and there's a $500 burst there. So we can go symbol hunting again. So boo on the last ticket. No, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it's wasn't bad. Well, we'll see. Hey, Clayton Metellus, how you doing? Thanks for coming. All right, let's see if we can get that 500. I agree. All right, let's see if we can find some symbols here. We didn't find any symbols on the last one, so let's see if they were hiding on this one. All right, nothing there so far. There's 13 again. All right, last row. There's 22. We got them both on the same card. Maybe that'll be good luck. Okay, there's our numbers. All right, here we go. First one we're looking for. 7. 8, 9, 10. 5. All right, no 7. A 3. All right, no 3. 11, there we go. Got a match. Found a match on the first ticket. Gerbil, what state lottery are these? Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania lotteries. Pennsylvania lottery scratch-offs. All right, we got 11. Let's see if we can find maybe one more. I'll take one more. 4. Nope, have a 5. 26. There's 27, 23, and 4. 22. All right, no 26. And how about a 19? All right, that was 17. All right, no other numbers. What game is this? This is called 50, 100, or 500. You either win 50, you win 100, or you win 500. So looks like we're guaranteed at least 50, and there she is. There you go, guys. $50 winner right out of the gate. Look at that. $50. That's a nice win there. Yeah, the lowest number on that ticket is a 50. Yeah, so only go up from there. So you can only win 3 prizes on that unless you find the star. And that's also an automatic win instantly. So there's only three cash value amounts to win on there. So, all right. First one. That's right. We got 4 more here. We're on the ticket 18. 18. All right. Let's see if we can get a symbol. Make it easy on us. Think they put two 50s or whatever back to back? I don't know. We'll see. All right. Nothing on that first row. You never know. Lottery does some strange things. It's a $10 ticket. Costs $10. All right, 18, 9, 6, 14, and a 10. All right, man, those likes are getting up there. Karen, we have 215 of tickets, not 100, but that's fine. I like those odds, but I want to be transparent. We have 215 in total. Pomundon said, hi, hello. Hingle, worth it. Yeah, I think it's worth it. You find one of them, you get 5 tickets. You already paid for your tickets, so it's definitely worth it. All right, we didn't find any stars or automatic win 100s or 500s, so let's see if we can maybe match another number. All right, we're going to start with 21. Okay, we only have 2 20s there, 24 and 29. All right, next number is a 1. All right, we had a 1 on one of those other tickets. I don't know. All right. There's 13. I don't remember scratching that on this ticket. We have a 12 and a 14 and 15 and 11. All right, no 13. 25. Nope, I have 24. 5. 3, 4, and 6. Well, there's our famous thing for giving you a bunch in a row and skipping one, and a 20. And 19. All right, nothing on that one. It's all right. We paid for these tickets already, so anything from here is a bonus on these. All right. Let's find out. Let's start on the bottom here. Come on, some symbols. Let's find a symbol. No symbol. Make it easy on us. You don't have to stress through finding numbers. Well, no, it's part of the fun now. All right. And hey, if anyone new happens to come in here, hey, hit that subscribe and like button. And make sure you hit that bell so whenever I post anything live, video, you'll be notified. So come back and enjoy yourself. And we have a little surprise for the next live here. So next live may be probably Monday or Tuesday. And I got a little thing up my sleeve here. So we'll see. We'll see. Snoopy, hey, how you doing? Melinda Hamilton, hello. Paul Bastos, hello. All right, here we go. Looking for numbers now. We didn't get a symbol match. 27, 28, 29, 26. See, there you go. It goes 26, 28, 29. Don't give us that one in the middle. Jackie Maloney, hello. Hi, Bonnie. Thanks for coming in. All right, double deuce. I don't remember seeing one of those. 23 and 20. There you go. 21 and 23. Skip it again. Shu Lavis, hello. Marcia, is that a loop? I'm not sure what you mean by a loop. Jaylee Ricks, hello. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming in. 156 likes. Awesome. Awesome. We have to double that yet if we want to beat some records from the other night. I think the record for me is 380. I don't know if we're going to get there. Israel, hello. Fluffy Kitten, hello. Pet Simulator King, hello. Awesome. Do you go to sleep dreaming about scratch-offs? No, not really. Matthew, hello. Okay. Where were we? We didn't have 22. How about an 8? Look at that. 7, 6, 7, 9. Why couldn't you put 8 there? I guess they don't want to do that, huh? Hey, Hebrew, hello. Kayla Megan, hello. Fatten, wow, we got all kind of people and new names in here. Wow, nice. I love it. 179. Man, we may give that 380 a run for its money. We got the rest of this ticket, 2 more of these, and then we got 2 30s over there. I don't know. We may get close. We'll see. All right, we got that. All right, no 8. 20. All right, 19. 21. See, there you go. 19 and 21. They don't put the 20 there. 11. All right, no 11. And a 2. All right, we have a 3 and a 4. All right, no 2. All right, well, I don't know. Did they stick it in the second to last ticket? Let's find out. Ticket 20. All right, let's start in the middle. See if we can find a symbol. All right, nothing there. We'll go to the bottom here. 19, a 6, 28, 18, and a 13. All right, 13 seems to come back. Is that 22 going to be here also? 11, 5, 4, 26, and a 14. All right, 22 stayed away this time. Okay. Tiffany Duncan, hello. 192. All right, well, we're halfway there. We'll see if we get there. Okay, let's see if we can find some number matches here. 29. All right, no 29. 15. 13, 14. How about a 3? 4, 5, 6. Okay. 7. Again, 4, 5, 6, and we stop. 20. Just that 10. And the last one is a 2. All right, no 2. All right, looks like maybe we can get it on this last one here. We're going for ticket 21. The last winning one we had 50 on was 17. So did they space them out a little bit? Antonio said hi, hello. All right, here we go. Let's see if they took a little break and then they're coming back. All right, how about a symbol? Let's see if we can find that symbol. All right, nothing on the top row. There's 22. All right, nothing in the middle. How about the end? 10, a 1, 16, 9, and a 3. All right, couldn't find any symbols on those 2 tickets there. All right, here we go. Let's find some numbers. All right, how about a 14? 15, 16, 17. All right, no 14. 8. Oh, we have a 9. No 8. 20. Okay, no 20. A 7. Did I say 7? Oh, I said 17. All right, no 7. Kevin Varney, hello. All right. About an 11. I have a 10. All right, last chance here. 23. I don't have a 22. All right, well, we couldn't go find another 50 on one of these tickets or higher. Shoe Labus, hello. All right, let's bring in the last two we have here. They are two $30 tickets. They are $120 million payout. The last two of the book of this one, ticket 28, and that's black box again, 29. We'll do 28 first. All right, up top, they have 6 bonus spots. If you reveal a cash amount in the bonus spot, you win that amount automatically. That's played differently from the bottom. And on the bottom, if we match our numbers, the winning number, we win it. If we reveal a 150 symbol, that's 150 instantly. And then there's also a 10 times. The win 10 times is probably shown under it. Plus a win all. If we find that win all, we win all 25 prizes. So we got a good chance at this. We have 2 of them. So let's go symbol hunting. See if we could get to find that symbol. All right, let's see what we can find here. All right, nothing on that top row. All right, let's go down to the second row here. We have 37, 35, 27, and a 36. Okay, no 13 or 22 yet. All right, let's move down one more row. There's a 3, an 8, 25, 31, and a 13. Oh, there's 13. All right, I knew we'd find one of them. All right, winning numbers will be in the corners? Well, I hope so. Let's see. All right, we have a 24, a 29, a 30. There's double deuce. We got double deuce and 13 on the same ticket again. All right, let's check out that last row. 39, a 1, a 46, and a 21. All right. Okay, let's go number hunting. We ready? All right, here we go. Looking for a 2. All right, I have a 1 and a 3, 4. All right. Whoops, you can't see that. All right, first one's a 2. All right, no 2. All right, second number. How about a 5? A 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3. You do that? 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I skipped the 5. Uh-oh. I got lights flickering here. I hope I don't lose you guys. All right, next one's a 12. If it goes a little dark on this end, I just lost power. So I'll try to pick it up here a little bit. 209. Oh, we need another 100 and some. We'll see. Yeah, my phone will still have a light on it. So if power goes out here, we'll still be good. All right, looking for that 12. 11, 13. All right, no 12. How about a 14? I have 13. All right, no 14. All right, 33. 34. Okay, no 33. How about a 28? 29. And next number, 26. All right, I have a 25. All right, no 26. All right, last one. 38. All right, 36, 37, 39. All right, no 38. All right, let's check these out here. Let's find a cash amount up here in the bonus area. All right, first one's a no bonus. Try again. No bonus. Another try again. All right, one more try again, and another one. All right, so nothing on the second to last ticket. Okay, let's go on to the last one. Last one for the session, last one for the night. If anyone new in here hasn't hit that subscribe and like button, I would appreciate it. It helps me very much. And going on to ticket 29, the last one of this book. And let's see if we can find some symbols first. All right, here we go. We'll start on the bottom this time. And right away, we get double deuce. All right. No symbol on the bottom. 30, 12, 8, 23, and a 29. All right. 11, 14, 16, 37, and 24. All right. Next row is a 28, 31, 19. All right. We have 22 and 13 again on these two tickets, just like we had last time. All right. And on the top row, we have a 5, a 21, a 1, 36, and 38. All right, let's see what we can find here. We're going to find numbers again. Couldn't make it easy with a symbol. All right, we're going to start with a 25. I have a 24 and 26. All right, nothing there. Next one. A 4. All right, no 4. A 40. All right, no 40. I don't see a 40 there. All right, 17, 16, 15. All right, no 17. 18. I have a 19. How about a 3? Well, we have 1, 2, and an 8. All right, no 3. 39. I have a 38. 19. I thought that was 39. All right, 29. Last chance. 27. Oh, 26. All right, couldn't find anything on the numbers. All right, let's see about these bonuses. Did they load a bonus in the last ticket? Let's find out. There we go. Look at that, guys, right off the bat. First one, 40. Nice $40 win. Okay, let's keep going. They load another one on this ticket. Try again. And a no bonus on the top row there. And underneath, we got to try again. No bonus. And a no bonus there. But we did find that 40. Okay. All right, so real quick here, recap. We'll start with this one here. We want a nice $40 bonus find on that one. So that's 40. And on the 50, 100, or 150, we found a $50 winner there. And on the high fives, we found a 5 there, 5 more there. 25 on that one, which was a nice win. And 15 on that one. And on the $2 find the leprechauns, we got another 5 there. A 10, nice $10 win on that one. We got a 2 on that one, and that one wasn't a winner. All right, so all in all, we had $215 invested. Got back 157, which, hey, from the last couple lives, I'll take that in a heartbeat. That's more than half back. So I appreciate everyone coming out. I didn't lose my power, so that's good. 229 likes, awesome. And you know what? I'm thinking of it. Maybe we'll go live Monday again. But like I said, if you subscribe, hit that bell there, notification bell. It'll let you know when I post videos and I'm going to go live. So I appreciate everyone for coming. I got a little appreciation for the next video. I'm going to do, I won't keep it a secret. I'm going to get 2 $20 tickets. I'm going to put them in envelopes, and we'll pick some numbers, and whoever picks the number, we'll split the prize if we get a winner. So that's my way of kind of giving back a little bit. I'm kind of new here. Don't have the funds really to do any more than that yet, but when we get there, we'll do bigger and better ones. James, yeah, I remember James. Hope you're safe out there, buddy. I appreciate you coming in. I saw you in there, and I didn't say anything. I'm sorry. I just plumb out forgot. Nice to see you, buddy. Take care. Be safe out there. So, like I said, it'll probably be Monday or Tuesday. Most likely Monday evening. So come back and enjoy it. If you haven't, hit that like and subscribe button. Appreciate it. Comment. And hey, thanks, James. I appreciate it. Be safe. And I'll see you guys live again on Monday night. There'll be a daily video going out tomorrow. I don't usually send dailies out or videos out on days I go live. So there'll be a daily video tomorrow. So enjoy your evening, guys. I'm sure I'll see you on other channels. And stay safe out there. And thanks for joining in. I appreciate it very much. Have a good night. There we go. That's how you change things around. All right. Awesome.